Hi, and welcome to the Home Video Emporium. I'm your host, my name is Brendan, and with this channel what I hope to accomplish is take a full catalog of my entire home video collection and determine which of these movies deserves to be preserved for generations to come and should be championed along my esteemed and elite collection of home videos, and which of these titles unfortunately may need to be purged and put out to pasture in order to make way for some future upcoming movies, as there's only so much space in my shelves and only so many movies I can keep. Today's video, we are discussing Jacques Audiard's 2021 film, Paris 13th District. Apologize there. This is the third Audiard film in the series here. I do not actually have The Beat That My Heart Skipped, which I think it might actually be one of his best films and recently came out on Criterion. So maybe at the end of the series, we can see maybe should I replace one or two of these with The Beat That My Heart Skipped instead. I don't know. So anyway, Paris 13th District stars Nomi Merlant, Lucy Zhang. Yes. And yeah, it was directed by Jacques Audiard. My main reason for wanting to see this actually was Nomi Merlant as a star. I had recently seen her in Portrait of a Lady on Fire. This was co-written by Celine Sciamma, which, her writing skills, they can vary. I'm not 100% thrilled with some of the stuff she has. But much more so than Audiard was Nomi Merlant, who got me to go to the theaters. I saw this at the IFC Center in New York City, at the theater on the top floor, theater number 3, which is a very nice room. This was back in the kind of still COVID days where you had a show on your phone. I had my little app, which showed, yes, I've received my 2 Pfizer shots. I'm okay to go see the movie. And they would not let you in without it. In a lot of places in New York City and New Jersey, we could just go in. A lot of places, as long as you have a mask, they'll let you in. But in New York, it was still very restrictive. So what I liked about the movie and what eventually made me want to purchase it on home video is I do enjoy the black and white cinematography. This was, on a lot of the previews and anything, billed as a modern romance. I'm really not sure 100% what that means, but it does have a romantic edge to it. You have your 3 leads, and you have these 2 people who kind of just meet along the way of sharing an apartment together, and then Nomi Merlant's character, who is basically bullied out of college, where she's mistaken for basically an OnlyFans kind of model, and is bullied by her entire class. And somehow there is no issues with this in school, and she just winds up leaving because the harassment is too much. So she gets a real estate job with the male lead in this. And so you have this weird little love triangle going on for a while, and then Nomi Merlant's character begins a relationship with the OnlyFans model, who she got mistaken for, and somehow that becomes a bit of a romantic angle as well. So I do like this movie. It is it's not like they're not that young. They're all the characters maybe in their 20s to 30s or so, mid-30s, so they're not super young. They all have jobs. But at the same time, they're still trying to figure out who they are in this life, this world. It's, they're very fun characters. It's a very kind of sexy movie. It goes by pretty fast for an ODR movie. It's, it doesn't have some big kind of scope like a Prophet did. And it's just really an easier watch. I was not, blown away. Honestly, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't remember what my listing was. I don't really even write it down what my list was. I'm not sure if Paris 13th District would have made my list on that year, but it may have. I wound up getting the Blu-ray actually on Amazon, which usually, Amazon purchases, those are not the kind of impulse buys you get at, like a Best Buy or a whatever, FYE or Barnes & Noble, where you see it on the shelf. I like it. So I definitely was impressed in this enough that I wanted to add it to my collection that way. And it probably was just that it's a really energetic, sexy kind of thrill ride. The scene with Lucy Zhang where she's working at a restaurant, then she kind of leaves early to have a romantic tryst and comes back, and she's dancing her way back into the restaurant. It is really energetic. It really brings you up with a lot of energy. Not much to say about special features than this. I don't really know if there are any good streaming services where you can watch this instead of buying this. I do like enough that I would recommend watching it. Some people may not be for them. Do I still think it belongs to the collection? I'm not sure. Should I replace this with The Beat That My Heart Skipped or just get rid of it? I don't know. I've yet to really determine how we're going to do this, but this one is definitely one of the ones in consideration. when we eventually get to the purging, as it was. And we'll see if we can get rid of the 30 to 50 movies. I plan to do a kind of retrospective before that, obviously, maybe at 50 movies or so. We'll take a look, see how far we accomplished, what movies we saw, which are good, which are not good, and just get an idea of where we are at that. And again, as I've said before, I am thinking of doing some kind of mini-series. I haven't put a ton of thought into that yet, but determining how that goes, who knows, we may take a little break and go on a little detour. So that's all for now, and that completes our Jacques Audiard compilation. I have 3 of his movies. Let me know what you think. Do they all belong? Do none of them belong? Is he overrated? Should I see Amelia Perez, which I skipped? Let me know what you think of the movies in the series and of Audiard and Nomi Merlant and all the great actors we've seen in this whole series. There's been some really great performances with Audiard and Matthias Subius, and Tahar Rahim, Niels Armstrong. So a lot of great performances in these 3 movies by Audiard. So that's going to wrap us up. Until next time, be kind and rewind to each other, and it's not a true home without home video. Have a good night.